For the first time in Amazing Race history, we will be matching up 10 singles on the most extreme blind dates ever.
We're gonna have to learn about each other on the fly.
This is so crazy!
Focus, focus, we need to wake up.
I could win $1 million and also find the man of my dreams.
In addition to the 10 singles who will match up as 5 teams, we have 6 existing couples.
I'm a short track speed skater.
And I'm a bobsledder.
We were both in the Vancouver Olympics and then also in the Sochi Olympics.
They met each other in Sochi in 2010, and they've been together ever since.
I came home from Sochi with 2 bronze medals, but little did I know at that time that I really came home with gold.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Knight.
This is a guy who's known by millions all around the world from New Kids on the Block.
I've done millions of interviews with the 5 guys and New Kids and photo shoots and stuff like that. And just going through this process with him has been like really surreal for me. This is crazy! Crazy!
Putting our life out there too, just for people to know about us, and it's not usually what we do.
You'll finally know that it's time to get married. We've been together so long that this is the ultimate challenge. We can get through this. We can get through anything.
We're getting married, right, TJ? Yes.
No comment.
We are the small town sweethearts.
You look prettier than I do. It's not fair.
I just want to learn if she can deal with me, if she can put up with me.
I can put up with you. I don't know if you'll be able to put up with me. I get kind of high-strung and like stressed out in certain situations.
We both work for the airline, and we've been friends for about 20 years. I've been a flight attendant for 21 years, and we met way back then, but one of us was always married or dating someone else. The traveling part is nothing for us. We live out of a suitcase every day of our life.
I was actually dating one of her best friends. And that's how I originally knew who she was. 7 years later, I was actually at a bar hitting on one of her other best friends. She ruined that for me, and then she jumped in the middle.
Well, I said, don't date him. He dated Jill, and he's gay.
She just said I was gay.
She
just called me out and said I was gay, and look where she is now.
His pants are tight.
And then we have the other half, basically our singles that we have paired up.
A deal breaker in a relationship for me is laziness and nagging, any complaining, really.
I've been very successful within my career, and I don't think that I would have gone to where I am if I wasn't somewhat bossy. I think the most important thing for me is feeling loved and feeling cherished and feeling like I'm important.
I've only been in about 4 or 5 relationships, and they've been pretty short-term, but I've been cheated on in every relationship. For the past 3 years, I've kind of not even engaged myself in any dates or relationships. I think my family and friends agree. It's time for me to get back out there and try it again.
Hey, we got the same hair.
I think a lot of people want to underestimate the gay guy, but you don't want to do that because I have the testosterone of a man with the wrath of a woman.
I'm a physician in the Navy right now. I'm good at relationships, but it takes a lot for me to commit to a relationship. I think my standards are pretty high, and I'm pretty picky, and rightly so, I think.
This could be Mr. Right for me. We don't know. This might be the man that I marry and start a family with.
I'm a sports agent, so I go around like recruiting players and stuff like that. Trained as a lawyer, so I go over documents a lot. Not a bookworm, but I do a lot of reading.
I moved to the U.S., to LA, with my parents at age 7. I actually am newly divorced. I was with my high school sweetheart for 10 years before we got married, and last year, we split up.
Pretty easy to get along with, so she could be an absolute nightmare, and I'm gonna make it work. I mean, I really am.
Being a Las Vegas showgirl is awesome. I love it. I love every aspect of it. I just love The Amazing Race.
Here we are on this extreme blind date around the world.
Going on a blind date to a restaurant is one thing, but going on a blind date around the world is like rolling the dice in a big way.
Our boys need to step it up.
Yeah. What's up? Once I meet him, we will just magically fall in love and magically win the $1 million and live happily ever after.
If you want to test a relationship, put people together and send them on an extreme blind date on The Amazing Race and see what happens.
You have pissed me off to the point of no return. It's like a huge leap of faith. And I don't know a better way to experience my 30s than to do this. I mean, this is an amazing, crazy story.
I've never been in a relationship. I've never had a significant other to call my own.
I feel like I'm in my prime. I'm 28. I pretty much have a great time with everything that I do.
Will these teams find true love? Or will there be heartbreak? Find out on an all-new season of The Amazing Race.